going to share the screen there. We'll get underway. Okay. All right. This view. Okay. It's not quite working. Doing what I want it to do. Yeah. So it's not quite working. Bring this on over here. That's better. Go share now. Now it's working. Okay, so welcome to the Soul Contract Reading question and answer free webinar. I'm Nicolas David Ngan, as I said, to the Conscious Ascension. And the purpose of this webinar is to answer any burning questions you guys may have about the book, or if you watch me on Gaia, and the spiritual philosophy around it, so you can go deeper into the work. All right, that's what we're going to do here, so that you can go and transform your life more and transform the lives of others. All right. So I just want to, Zoom has a new interface here, which I don't fully understand. It's not clear how it actually works. So what I'm going to do, I need to stop sharing a screen again to find the things I need to make this thing work, to find the chat. Actually, Graham, can you just send me a chat so I can see where it comes up on the screen here? Because this. Yeah, I'm not seeing the chat. Sorry. This toolbar over. I found it. Okay. Okay, I can see the chat now. See you guys. Okay, good. Sorry, not great on the technology today. Normally it's fine. Okay, that works. All right, so I'd like to find out why you guys are here. And if you guys in your attendee room, if you can switch your mic on and talk if you want, or if you don't want to do that, you can just put a message in the chat and I can read it out, just so I get a flavor of what you guys need, and then we can shape the webinar around what you actually need. Okay, all right. So Graham, you're the brave one. Do you want to start and tell me what got you here and what you need from this? Because this is for you guys. You see this one. Sorry. Try again. Try again. That's it. It's working now.
Right. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's working.
Cool. Hiya. Just a general curiosity, really. I've kind of I've done the numerology in Chilean
Yeah.
numerology, and I'm just kind of looking at various different systems of numerology, really, at the minute, and just kind of get a feel for what feels good for me, and I've kind of got an interest in the Tree of Life, Kabbalah, in the Hebrew language, in a general, yeah, just a general interest in the kind of vibrations that comes off the letters and the numbers specifically. So I'm just curious as to see how this kind of lines up with the other systems that I've kind of got a broad overview of as well, and just to see if there's what the kind of differences are there any differences and accuracies and all these kind of things. So yeah, just more of a just a general, I know it's not very specific, but it's just a general curiosity of how it's of how the system is able to kind of read our kind of our energy, really.
Okay. Well, we're going to explain how the system works as we go through. Then it'll make sense to you. It's quite different to other numerology systems, the way it works,
Right.
because using the sound of Hebrew.
Yeah.
Um, it's actually quite. It's not a one-to-one comparison, but we'll see from you'll see from when I demonstrate how it works, the difference. Okay.
Cool. Nice
All right.
one. Thanks, man.
But okay. So does anyone else in the attendee room want to share either vocally or in the chat what they need from this webinar? Put your hand up if you want. Mic's on the left if you want to switch it on. It's completely, voluntary. There's no pressure here. Just the more I understand what you guys need, the more I can meet those needs. Nina or Chiho, it's up to you though. I'll just keep going. Okay, we'll keep going. All right. So, Chiho, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Do you want to switch on do you want to come and switch your camera on, or do you just want to talk to me? What would you like to do?
I can only see the microphone and I see the camera switch on my
Okay,
side.
so if you say little box is going to pop up saying being a panelist, which means you'll be able to switch on the camera.
Yes. Join as panelist.
Yeah, then you can switch it on.
Yeah.
We can connect some more then. Okay. Graham, if you could keep the camera on so I can stay connected to you, because it's easier if there's a group. I can't see you guys. It's really hard to stay connected. It's like being in a room, okay, because it's a conversation, really. Okay, thanks, Chiho. We can see the Earth. Now we can see you now as well. Okay, good. Welcome. Where are you?
Thank you. I'm in Australia. I'm Japanese, but I live in Australia for 20 years.
Yeah. Okay.
And the reason I joined you today is because I had a very big near-death experience.
Yeah.
And not just near-death experience, but came back from palliative care after a 50-day stay with cancer, without chemo, without radiation, 7 years ago. And then everyone was happy, but the real hell started. I couldn't adjust to the new life. So I found the article about reincarnation in the same body by Barbara Brennan, and then found the article about the same topic by Armila.
Yeah.
And have been contacting and had received healing from a few people in her team. And just recently, a few weeks ago, I found about you. I'm subscribing Gaia TV, but I didn't have a chance to watch your interview. And so this is my 8th year after coming back to life, and I'm interested in whatever you or Armila are offering, because I know that you've gone through similar journey as me.
Yeah, I've had reincarnation in the same body. So what that means in plain English, guys, is that the soul leaves the body. You're not dying, but the soul gets to a point where it wants to have an upgrade, a serious upgrade. Mm-hmm. So you go to the I was meditating actually back in 1997. I was living in America then. And I went up to the 5th dimension. It's very peaceful and timeless. And then I could feel my old contract. It's like fine threads, like gossamer threads got wound out of me. Then a new contract got wound in. Like basically, you get a promotion at a soul level, and I got upgraded. And I wanted to stay there, but they said no, you got to go back. And so it was okay, but so I went back. I came back in my body meditation, and I came out of the meditation a completely different person because of the upgrade. That was the beginning of where I was leaving my corporate job to do this work, and I had a radical change. It was like I left my girlfriend who I was living with in America. I moved back to England and started doing this full time. So complete life change. Obviously, she wasn't very happy about that, but it was like I have to go. It was quite clear and focused where the soul wanted to go. Does that sound familiar, Chiho?
Yeah, mine was not that clear in my conscious. I came back from the hospital, and then I thought, this is not this. It felt like I came back to someone else's home, someone else's clothes, and it was all weird. I had the memory in the bank, like a external hard disk drive, but it was like a horror movie for me, and because I was not as conscious as you, and I went to the dark side. Before I was in bliss, and I was leaving my body, and I could see, hear. I was talking unknown language. I think I was very much in the astral world. Many weird things happened, but that's how I was saved, I believe. But when I came back to my body, I asked my ex-partner, where was I? And same, when I came back to life miraculously, I stayed in the palliative care for 50 days, and doctors couldn't believe how I could come back, because they just wanted to extend my life 1 month or so. And then doctor said they almost cried, couldn't believe. But same as you, I felt weird with my ex-partner who I had been together for 16 years, and he was very happy that miracle happened, but it didn't work. And all the people around me in my life had gone with or without reason. So it was like a science fiction movie, and it's very scary. And still I feel I'm a bit struggling to adjust to the new life.
Yeah. Well, you have to learn everything again, because there's a new you on board. The latent potential of the soul is changed, okay? But the soul contract you were born with, the Chiyo Kagawa name, you're living, you've enhanced the potential of the personality avatar that you embody you're in. Okay, so it's a powerful driving force, and you're still living through the filter of the soul contract created, which created the personality. But you're going to build upon that. That's what's actually going on here. And the new part of you that came in chose this specifically because it wants to build on the old life. Okay, but it's a big step up in growth as it happened.
Yes, I was very, very happy when I found you or others, because I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, so you're not going crazy. It's just a serious upgrade that's gone on. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. I have to tell you just one thing. I have to go at after 20 minutes today, but I will definitely watch the archive later. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank
so
you.
What else do you need from this webinar? We understand the story. What else do you need from this?
Not at the moment. I just wanted to hear your story, but I am into numerology, and I'm interested in this soul contract reading. I downloaded your English book, so I'll read it. And
okay.
Yeah.
All right. There's a technical issue. Just a sec. Okay, if Zoom just said that I've been signed out for some reason, I don't know why. But if the call drops out, guys, just log in again, and I'll log in again. But something strange is happening with Zoom. All right? Okay. Okay. So for you,
one question, if it's okay.
yeah,
I read on your website or in your book, because we Japanese write our name, last name first, and
yes,
first name second.
yeah.
And so, is it still? Doesn't
So
I know that does it still work?
for you, for
Yeah.
Japanese names, you write Kagawa Chiho. Put that in the
Yes.
software in soulcontractreader.com, and that's the correct birth name. Okay, so the software and the book will give you the correct interpretations. Okay. For your current name, which is the other way around, Chiho Kagawa, that you can't read that with the software in the same way. You have to have what's called an overlay reading, because it's like the Kagawa Chiho is like the cake of your life. It's the essence of who you are in this body and always will be. And then Chiho Kagawa is like a layer of an overlay of like icing, different frequency on the core Kagawa Chiho name. Put the two together, they will basically explain your entire life. You can get a lot out of the birth name. Okay. So like my name is Nicolas Ngan. Okay. So that's my cake of my life. That forms who I am. But Nicholas David name, which is what we call an optimal name in my case, which is created to channel so that I could carry out this mission, isn't like my layer of icing on the cake. But the book only covers the birth names because the overlay frequency is much more complex. But you can find out about that through having an overlay reading. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you can look on the website at sessions, and then one of the practitioners one of my people can explain how that works for you. Okay.
Thank you.
That's your main question, because you only had 20 minutes or now 15 minutes there?
Yes. So you mean that the birth name is of course Kagawa Chiho, but because I've been using Chiho Kagawa for a while, so does it also affect me?
Yeah, I'll show you what it means. Let me get another, because I'll try and answer your question before you go. Hang on. I just need to call up a different presentation. I'll explain how this works to you guys. Hang on. Just got to look for it, because this is a Q&A, so pretty much anything goes with us. Just got to find a different presentation for you than the one we've got here. And we will get deeply into what you need to know as well, Graham, after this. So where is it? Here it is. Okay. Okay, I found it. So let's go and share then. I'm gonna share this is level 2 work. Okay. Level 1 is about birth names. This is level 2. All right. So I'll explain this. So this is Kagawa Chiho. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have Chiho Kagawa this way. Okay. It's a different frequency. And so you know how we have physical karma, talents and goals, and spiritual karma, talents and goals, and soul destiny here. I would normally start with the birth name, but because we've got limited amount of time here, because you're going to leave. These frequencies of the Chiho Kagawa feed directly into the adjacent physical karmic talent and goal, spiritual karmic talent and goal, and soul destiny frequencies. So basically, the icing of your current name infuses and affects and helps your birth name grow, helps it actualize in different ways, which are specifically designed by the soul. Okay, so you've got to look at both of them to find out everything that's going on. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So So how much longer have you got left? I'm trying to figure out if I can actually do your chart here.
Sorry, I have to go soon.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to generate your chart, and we'll do yours afterwards, Graham. Okay. All right. So let me get to my next thing I need. I was going to stop sharing for a sec here, if I can get access to all my other piece of software here that I need to do this with you. Okay. All right. So here it is. Okay. All right. So this here is the Soul Contract software. This is soulcontractreader.com. So if you guys who are watching this later, want to generate your own chart, go to soulcontractreader.com. You get 4 free charts here. And after that, it's a small fee per chart. I'm just going to log in here. And I'm going to create just, it's easier if I just do it without sharing first. Hang on. Okay. So I'm going to start a new chart here, and I'll share again. Okay. So we'll find out what this means, Gio. So I'll put your name in here, Gio. This is your current name. Okay.
Yes.
Well, copy that down. I'm going to switch it around because your surname comes first because it's Japanese.
Yeah.
Chatsirodi. I won't put your birth date in because it's a public video, but can you let me know your star sign if you're prepared to do that?
Scorpio.
Okay. Okay, you're okay for me to do this because we're talking about this.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
It's on the 29th. It has to know you've consented. So here, Graham, I'm going to explain how the system works, and then we can look at your chart after, because given Chio's got a limited amount of time. And anyone else who's watching live, if you want me to look at the chart, there may be some time for that as well. Okay, so here's how it works. So what we do is that we take the name here, and we take it here, and then we take these 22 ancient Hebrew letters and sounds, which come from the Tree of Life. Okay, so you know, Graham, in the Tree of Life, there's all these Sephiroth or whatever they're called here, like this, and they have all these connections, Graham. Well, there's 22 connections here, and they are the 22 frequencies that we're using. Okay, all right. So each Hebrew letter comes out of the movement of Great Spirit. God, in the spiritual sense, all that is, when it created this universe. Okay.
Yes.
And I figured out through sacred geometry and the movement of Great Spirit how Hebrew came about. So literally, it's the movement and sound of God in creating creation. All right. So each has a specific sound, and each has a specific meaning, which was channeled by the soul of Moses through my teacher, Frank Alpha, in the 80s, who channeled the system. So the soul of Moses spent 9 months channeling to him what each of these numbers actually meant when they were embodied in the form of the Star of David, which we're going to explain how that works. Okay, so the way we calculate the Star of David, because when you come to Earth, you need to have a set of frequencies. We have to create our client avatars. We have to have a filter, ego filter, for us to experience life as a soul in these earth suits. Okay. So what we do is that the software here converts. We take the name in the equivalent written English, okay, as it's pronounced in this case, because it's Japanese, and the software produces the Hebrew sounds. For example, CH is one sound in Hebrew. Okay, these are the Hebrew sounds, and each Hebrew number has a numerical value. It's not assigned to it, Graham. It's actually inherent within it. So that's why it's different completely. So it's the pure frequencies of God, basically, which is why this thing is so powerful. There's no allocation of numbers to, say, a Roman alphabet. So you've lost consciousness, you've lost purity of meaning. Okay. It's not saying this is any better than any other system. It's just the way this one works. So these are the numbers, Hebrew numbers that go with this. We decode them on the Star of David here. And so in the Star of David, which is actually an energetic construct in your fields. So all these numbers I'm talking about actually sitting in your fields, and they're in the form of a substance called karmic matrix. And they're radiating out to the matrix, for those of you who've seen the film. And the matrix is rearranging around these numbers, creating your direct subjective life experience. Okay, so this is the very essence of this code within you is creating every moment of your life. So we have a physical triangle here. So when we're born, our client avatars are brand new each lifetime. None of us here today have had any past lives, not with these ego personalities. Our souls have many lifetimes. Going this way, this is time. This is the fourth dimension astral plane. And we pop down and create a client avatar each lifetime, a new body, new personality. So, we are here. We've never had any past lives. Our soul has with another personality. And so each time we do that, we have a different configuration in the soul contract. We will remember this because the soul's taken the cellular memory of this life back into its cells, and it puts it into us this time to resolve unresolved issues in the past. So for the first 5 cycles of 7 years, 35 years, we're primarily focused on the physical triangle, learning to walk and talk, get conditional responses, get up and running in life. And then between the ages of 35 and 42, can I ask how old you are, Chiho?
56.
Okay. Right, so you're 56. So we shift between 35 and 42, okay, the 6th cycle of 7 years, or younger, to more predominance of the spiritual triangle. So what's happening over time, this is time, this is intensity, is it's sort of physical mainly, and it diminishes over time as we evolve. And the spiritual triangle starts off as being of less emphasis in our subjective experience. That increases over time. So when you hit between 35 and 42, you're crossing over from the physical world orientation to the inner world, opening to higher consciousness. Okay, so this is when we have the midlife crisis, okay? Near-death experience, life radically changes because it's an awakening, okay? And you had yours 11 years ago, which is 45, so it's pretty close. It's pretty close to the 6th cycle. So it was time to wake up, which is why this happened. Okay, all right, so, and the
That's when I was diagnosed cancer.
Well, this is it here. This is life and death here. This is the near-death experience. 11 is death to life. So you were meant to die, or close to dying. Personality died. There's a new one. We're talking to a new Chiho here to build a new life. So this is all meant to happen. It's programmed in here. Okay. And the reason you didn't die because you got these very powerful 9s that kept you alive. Anyone else without a 9 would have died from that cancer. Okay, so it's the power of the soul that kept you alive, Chiho. Especially the enhanced, the new you that came in, fixed the body basically and got you up and running again. Otherwise, that would have been it. So the way we analyze this is as follows. Within each triangle, these 3 aspects is karma, talents, and goals. So physical karma is a set of unresolved past life issues we bring in to create the negative context of our life. So for us to overcome. In your case, Chiho, was near-death experience, about as strong as it's going to get. Okay? And then the physical talents are here, are latent, and they activate to overcome the karma if it's a good match. That karmic pattern then becomes positive qualities, your gifts of service, or what you're here to do in this lifetime, if it's a good match. Okay, so the aim here is to turn into our karma, into the challenging stuff we face, which our egos don't like pain, so we tend to avoid it. But if you can become conscious enough and turn into it and transmute it, then your life starts to happen. Okay, but because most people avoid it, they turn away, they get stuck.
Mm.
And the physical talents become latent, and as they get stronger, that helps you go to the physical goals. What excites you about life? What gets you out of bed in the morning? So the energy flows from karma to talents to goals. Physical, I'm going a little quicker just to get it in all in here for you, Gio. Spiritual karma to talents to goals, but this is about overcoming the karma that blocks you from higher consciousness. Okay. And then we take these numbers, we allocate them starting at physical karma, go around the Star of David, we use them all up, add them up. You have 27 here, because we only have 22 numbers, we get 2 plus 7, sorry, the writing's bad, equals 9. So 9 is less than 22, so we have a 9 here. 9 plus nothing gives another 9, so we have a 9, 9. It's got a double, it's got a double number. In the case of the 11, 1 plus 10 is 11, 1 plus 1 is 2. So we get an 11-2, which has got a combination number. And so we figure all of them out that way. We take the physical numbers, put on the top half of the table, spiritual numbers on the bottom half, add up the columns, get 42 and 33. Has to be less than 22 to have any meaning, so 4 plus 2 is 6, 3 plus 3 is 6, and that's your soul destiny. Okay, that wasn't too quick. Okay, so
Wow.
So basically your chart is about having this near-death formative experience so you completely lose your old life. It dismantles completely, it shatters, which is the 11. And then and this shatters totally. This is your structure of life. And then what happens then is that all the pieces are flying around and you're feeling completely lost and in chaos. Does it sound about right?
Yes.
And then what's happening then is that you need to take time to allow the pieces to form into a new life, a new structure. And it can be very concerning because you're thinking, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. But you've got to allow the new structure to come into place and you have a completely new life, which I think is what's happening now.
Yes.
But you've got to be patient. Okay, don't rush it because the mind doesn't like disorder and chaos. It likes to have everything in its spot. So be okay. Be okay in the chaos, Chio, and then a better life will come about. Okay, that's the main thing I'd say to you today.
Thank you so much. It
makes
meant
sense?
a lot. Yes, it meant a lot because I lost hope many times.
Yeah, you'll be okay. And this 9 here, this powerful dragon energy, you're here to come into your power. This is what kept you alive. Okay? Because you're really here to be out in society in a very creative way. Okay? To share your own unique structure of truth with groups of people. Okay? And to disseminate knowledge. There's a very specific mission you have for disseminating knowledge in groups with an open heart. That's why you're here. And the soul's just helping you get on with it. Does that help?
Very nice to hear that. Yes, thank you so much.
Okay. All right. How much more time have you got? Or are you done?
I have to go now, yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So I hope that helped.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Any questions?
I'll check the archive later. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for sharing, Jihan.
Thank you.
Any questions, anybody, about that? Graham, any questions? I've just sort of shown you it really quick just so we could squeeze it in for her.
Yeah, I'm just taking in actually what you're saying. And it's funny just even just listening to what you're saying. I just felt myself just getting activated as well. And just sort of, from just everything that I'm looking at, and it feels, for some reason, it just feels familiar to me. That's
Yeah, well, you've probably been involved in this in the past. So shall we look at your chart, Graham?
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, let's look at your chart. Okay, so let's close this. Close that. Okay, so we'll put your current name in here, just so I've got a file name.
Do you need a middle name?
We'll get it in a sec. I just got to give it a file name here.
Right, okay.
Okay, so what's your middle name?
It's Alan, A-L-A-N.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I won't put your birth date in. What's your star sign? If you're okay to shoot. Virgo. I'm a Virgo. Okay. You're okay for me to do this.
Yeah.
Otherwise you wouldn't be here. Yeah. Okay, go okay. So we'll look at your chart. All right. So what I'm going to do actually is we'll look at the grey and black name as well, so I can explain to Chiho how this works. So
Mhm.
we'll do the overlay name as well,
Right.
which is
Okay.
the grey and black name. Okay.
Okay.
So this is in the overlay section, guys, which is we only normally use at level 2 because you probably all read the book. This shouldn't be too difficult. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, Alan. So we display it differently, but we have physical karma, talents and goals, spiritual karma, talents and goals, and soul destiny on the left.
Mhm.
So this enables us to compare the effect of these numbers going across. So Graham, what's the main question you have about your life?
Hmm. Well, it wasn't quite a near death experience that I had, but it was. I went through a lot of years, about 8 or 9 years of a kind of chronic fatigue, and I kind of it was almost. I guess it was some sort of spiritual awakening I had that kind of revived me almost. With trying various different ways of healing, it was just nothing was working until I seemed to kind of engage in more kind of spiritual work. And yeah, so I now seem to be on this kind of path. And there's always that kind of the mind's going, where's this going? Where's this going? Where's this going? And there's still a lot of kind of physical things going on, and I don't feel quite there yet. Yeah, I'm kind of in this limbo where I'm feeling as if I'm kind of coming out a kind of cocoon, if you will.
Yeah.
Um, and I completely, and just as you described, just coming out in a completely different format, really. Like that everything's just getting shredded off, all sort of karmas and everything. It feels like all sorts of lifetime karmas are just come flying off me, from all places, including this life and previous lives and God knows where else life. And yeah, so I'm just curious. This is the mind's curious. Where's all this going, and how long is it going on for, and all these kind of things. Am I on the right path? All these kind of questions are in the mind has at the minute, because it's unsettling, and there's a massive change. It's just massive changes, and you kind of feel like, oh, I just want everyone to kind of settle down a little bit. Um, so yeah, that's kind of the
I
kind
got
of
it.
general.
Okay. How old are you, Graham? If I can ask, I'm trying to see where you are in the cycle of life.
Yeah, 46. Well, 45, 46 this year, from 45 right now.
Okay, so you're in the seventh cycle of 7 years. So this means that you're meant to be moving into more the spiritual side of life, which
Mm.
is why it's getting stronger to work out what's going on. Um, so shall I tell you why you're here?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, please. That would be great.
That's why you came.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the cake of your life here. And this will help you, Chiho, when you watch this later. Okay. So you are here. Your physical karma is to overcome past life persecution for speaking the truth.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
It's all over the place here. It's just saying that as a child, you're probably told to children to be seen and not heard. Does that sound about right?
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. You're here to overcome. And the reason you may hesitate from speaking the truth is because you were persecuted in the past, tortured, executed, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay? So
That's a,
you're a pioneer who's here to speak the truth with new ideas. You're here as a communicator. You're here to take on big challenges. How are you taking on big challenges?
um, yeah. There's a force inside me that's pretty strong, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's the force that's going to whatever this challenge is, and it kind of feels like it's a big one. To be honest, it feels like I've got a big contract. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, 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 I'm just slowly building up, slowly building up, slowly building up.
Yeah. Okay, so you're here to, this is the very powerful energy. This is the divine mother energy. Okay.
Mm.
This is the power a woman has to spend 3 days giving birth. It would kill most men doing that. We couldn't do it.
Right,
This is
no.
that. This is this enormous power to overcome hardship, challenge, and to basically be, I call it victorious, to overcome it all and get through to the end. So you're here to be a communicator, teacher, leading from the soul, and you need to go off and explore and try different things on to find out what's right for you. So you've been doing that. You've been trying lots of different things to find the right
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. So numerology is something I just feel, I mean, it's probably it's funny because then before the kind of chronic fatigue kicked in, I used to work in the banking industry, and I've always had an interest in maths. Even when I was younger, numbers just seemed to speak to me in some sort of way. And now this next phase of life, it's numerology and all these kind of things, and very much into spiritual texts and the kind of gospels, the Hebrew language, the Aramaic language, all these kind of things. Just there's something there with the sacred geometry, numbers, symbols, all these kind of things just
Yeah,
seem to kind of speak to me in some sort of level. Although
yeah.
it's not coming through very clearly at the minute. It's I'm getting little bits of this and a little bits of that, and it's like, oh, it's like,
Yeah. See, Graham, you're seeking the absolute truth because you know the matrix is not telling you the truth. It never does.
mm,
Of how life works and the structure of how it's all put together. That's what you're seeking. It's built in the chart here.
okay,
That sound about right?
yeah, yeah, it does,
Yeah. And you know when you don't hear the truth. You can feel it. It's the frequency's it's off. It's not quite right. Someone hasn't told me something and I
yeah,
know it's there. Yeah.
yeah,
So this is what you're seeking. Okay. I mean, you have the classic configuration of people who do numerology,
right,
especially this sort of work is give me the absolute truth and give me the structure.
yeah,
80% of the people who are drawn to this work and become practitioners have this configuration because they want what you want.
okay.
Give me the truth.
The
Okay.
truth, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's funny because there's two or three. There's Pythagoras and, as I say, the Chaldean, and I'm just kind of feeling my way through it. And this system is another one I'm interested in, and it's like what feels right. That's just exactly as you say. It's like what
Yeah.
feels right. What's the truth?
Yeah.
What really connects to our kind of spiritual, our kind of spiritual vibration of love.
Yeah.
That's
You
what.
have to feel it in your symbolic stomach. See, the 15 goes around trying on different things, like different numerology systems. And
Right.
you go, I'll try this one for a while. Now I'm feeling restless. Oh, I found another one over here. Let's go and try that one on.
Mhm.
Try this one on. Sound about right? Try this one on. But
Yeah.
and when you feel insecure and restless, it's time for the next thing. But you will get to the point where you find the right one. Maybe this system is the one. Who knows? Only you can know.
Mhm.
And when you find the right thing, you'll settle and you'll feel secure. You'll be like, oh, thank God I'm home. This is what I've been looking for. But you needed to go on this journey to find it. You
Kind of.
can't go from here to there. For you, it's the restless seeking journey that matters. That's the way your life is built.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. So the 7 here is saying you're here to heal the wounded heart from childhood.
Mhm.
This is the hidden part of you, wounded in a child. This is the public facade. He puts out a mask, puts
Mhm.
out a facade, say, look at this, the ego says, but not this, because I'm scared of being seen as bad or being rejected again. And your job is to heal the inner child, drop the facade, and open your heart. And the magnetics of the heart will then draw to you lots of like-minded people. Okay. Like this. Who are resonant with you, who want to synergize with you and work with you to carry out your mission because you're here to really teach networks of like-minded heart-based people. And you're here to teach them in this space here. You're here to create a spiritual center of some sort, either in physically or online. Okay. Where do you live, right?
I'm in Scotland.
Yeah, I gather that. So,
It's just right, right in the middle between Glasgow and Edinburgh. So central Scotland, really.
okay. So you're here to create a spiritual center, either digital or physical, for us to come into, for you to disseminate healing and knowledge with the one. That's the 19, that's the one. Have groups of people in that center, and to express the word of God in a grounded, connected way to them as a master teacher. And the other thing you're doing with the 12 is you're constantly learning, I think, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're here to absorb all this knowledge from all these systems and expand it into a greater form in your own unique structure of to like decoded in your own unique structure here. Okay. You build your own unique structure of truth, throw away all the things that don't resonate with you, keep the ones that do, and build your own unique structure of truth, and teach it with the three. That is the mission. Okay. Find the information, synthesize it all, expand it to your own unique structure that resonates to you, and teach it in the center. That's your mission with an open heart. Okay. So now you know why you're here. How's that sound?
Yeah, it's the truth. It feels like the truth. I had that kind of a soul reading, what was it, last year? I think it was the start of last year, and it's exactly just as you said. And it's the first system actually I've looking at. It's actually I've heard the words like what the Chilean the system calls like master builder, master healer. Those kind of numbers are kind of coming out. There's a lot of master numbers in my kind of birth date. Um, but this gives it a little bit more.
Yeah, this is very strong. Yeah. And you're
uh,
here to see, it's all about truth here. You've got all these fives. So you need to get grounded. You need to ground this truth, okay, in the world. And you're here to support people. This is like an emotional spring. You're here to support people and sharing that truth. And the other important component to finish off is the 16 here. You're here to take all these high level spiritual concepts, bring it down to the earth plane, and share it in plain English with people, okay, to make it accessible to people who are just waking up. That's your audience, okay? A lot of people are waking up now in a hurry, and that's your audience, okay? How's that sound?
I've got a lot of spiritual text to read.
You got a bit to do now, but at least you know what's going on. I've given you the structure here,
Yeah.
okay? The structure of why you're here, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Cool. And does the birth date make any difference at all in the system?
In this system, it doesn't. It doesn't. All we're interested in then is your age from it in the star sign.
Wow.
Okay, we don't analyze the birth date in the same way as the other systems do,
Right.
because it's all in the frequencies. I mean, they're all different gateways to look at how we're put together. But
Right.
the system relies more on primarily on the sound of your name.
Oh,
Okay.
it's amazing.
All right.
Thank
So,
you.
okay, now you know why you're here. Let's have a look. Let's move on to the rest. Okay. I'm trying to find the presentation. Here it is. Okay, let's go back to this presentation here. Yeah, just trying to get this thing to go down to the other one. Here it is. Now we know why you're here. I think I've said most of the things I was going to say. Yeah, we explained. Yeah, we explained the law of attraction. You claim everything, you create everything you don't want initially. So I'll just say a bit more about the system. So light workers are generally looking for why they're here, and we'll sort of explain why you're here, why Jehovah's here. And if you're watching this, if you're interested in coming to learn this work, you basically can do the same thing. You can decode the secret of the blueprints for spiritual seekers within the sounds of their name, which creates each reality, the reality in each moment. And basically you can help others, what you've seen today, to understand and overcome their karma, express their talents, the gift of service comes out of the karma, achieve their goals, and align to and manifest their soul or life purpose. That's what the purpose of this work is about. Okay, and we've explained how it works. Okay, so this is like light work, because we're always looking for, I remember I was doing this from the time I was a teenager. There's something special I'm here to do, and no one's telling me what it is. And when I had this reading from Frank Harper when I was 30, it explained everything. So it gives you the power and the privilege of helping others discover that secret thing they came here to, they were born to do. That's what this work does. And when someone hears that, it cuts through all the illusions of the ego, and they realize, just like you said, Graham, that's it, that's me. Because when you hear it, you can't take it back. The sound is out there. And then all the illusion and uncertainty just sort of falls away. I mean, how are you feeling now? Now you've discovered why you're here.
Yeah. Of course, the mind takes over and goes, oh, how am I going to do this? You know, how am I going to do that? And I'm trying to not overwhelm myself with it all, and at the same time, just kind of go with it. Well, the soul knows what it's doing. I feel like the soul has, has got a lot of knowledge. It's just kind of I learn to trust what's going to come to me. I guess this is another example of something that's come to me that I needed to hear and I need to be aware of really as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. So watch the video again. I said an awful lot in a hurry there, trying to cover it
Yeah.
all. Okay. But there's a reason why you came. So explain how the system works. You and Chiho know why you're here now. Just got to get on with it now. Okay. At the pace you can handle. So what does this work do? Okay. So if you're a therapist, coach, numerologist, consultant, or training workshop facilitator, this gives you instantly the spiritual map of your clients' lives, and you get an immediate and profound understanding of their issues. I mean, I never met you, Graham, or Chiho, but I know everything about your lives just from looking at those numbers. I know you better than your parents will ever know you. And so you can accurately guide your clients or your students throughout all your work with them. It builds immediate trust, and it produces better and faster results. It can be combined with other therapies, so you can target them very specifically, because when you know what the soul contract is, you can see what numbers are creating certain subjective experiences for clients. Okay, so that they can actually and you can then focus what's needed to help them overcome it. So it saves a lot of time. Okay, so this training, we have a 5-day training. You guys are interested, which will help you understand yourself and everyone else in your life. And you'll learn how to give soul contract readings based on the sounds of people's names, using the 22 letters of Hebrew. And the channel will naturally open in the training. And basically, what it allows you to do is learn to have a cosmic conversation. The higher self of your client and the higher self of you will have a chat, and they will channel through you exactly what your client needs to hear in that moment, just like you just had now, Graham, and Chia had. It's like a message from the universe at the right time for you to move forward. Okay. And people usually turn up in the same state that you guys were in. Okay, what's like, well, what do I do now? And then the answer comes because you asked. Okay, it's all about asking, you shall receive. And so the way we teach this is most of you guys will read the book. We don't give you more of the book. Okay, the book is the best I could do in that written format. What we do is we immerse you in the frequencies of the 22 Hebrew numbers, the sounds of God, okay, so that you become the work. So it's not about knowing more, it's about becoming it. So we activate it in your DNA, okay? We give you access to a team. You have a guidance team who will guide you with this work, right? So that then you can act as that channel, just like you've seen me do today, to help people awaken. And I've been doing this for 36 years. It never stops to surprise me how profound this is. And so then you can understand yourself, friends, and family at a very deep level. So this bodily transmission is where you become the work. It reawakens, so you never forget it. All right. And then we also help you. The first 3 days of the training is getting the transmission of 22 numbers through looking at the charts of the other students. Okay. So when you hear how a number is experienced by somebody, you never forget. Okay. It's quite different to reading it from the book. And then the last 2 days of the training is where we teach you how to hold emotional space, energetic space, to do the channel transmission. And you'd be amazed what will come out of your mouth because you become it in the first 3 days. People don't usually believe it. Then they realize after doing their practice, oh, I can do this. It just came out of me. Okay. So you become the work and you can transmit that. So you can go around waking up a lot of people, which is a real privilege and a pleasure to do. And so we support you if you're interested in learning this. We have a Facebook support group with peer-to-peer support from other practitioners. Some have had 20 plus years of experience. We have an optional Zoom support program, and we have a weekend introduction to marketing and manifesting your business. This is a fifth dimensional way of doing a love-based, service-based business compared to normal 3D businesses, which just focus on money, where we're focusing on raising consciousness, maximizing return on consciousness. Okay, so we help you get out there with the work. Okay, so how do people feel after a reading? They feel, are you feeling more peaceful, Graham? Having found out why you're here?
There's a mixture of emotions. You know, there's something that it is. I said the word that comes to me is just truth. That's
Yeah.
It just feels. I can feel it right in my core. It just feels truth. That's the word. You know. And there's emotions. I'm just feeling a wee bit emotional in a minute as well. So
yeah. What else are you feeling? Breathe into it.
Yeah, connected, grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel that there's a little bit of grief coming up as well. So is that kind of is allowing things to kind of melt away a little bit as well. So it's moving, like it's really, really moving.
Yeah. So people, are you feeling any relief? You found out why you're here.
There's a lot. I think the relief will come.
Yeah.
The relief will come. It's just okay. It's just another confirmation. I guess that's it's like okay. Okay, I just have to kind of keep going through this, and I understand now why I seem to be jumping from astrology to astral numerology to human design. I looked at human design and various different spiritual teachers and the Kabbalah and it looks at I've looked at Druidry and Rosicrucian, the Rosicrucians and all these kind of things I'm looking at, and it just feels like I'm jumping from, and now I understand why.
Yeah. Yeah. You had to, this is the journey for you.
That's it. I'm meant to do this.
Yeah. So usually most people feel a bit of relief. Yours will come later. And those who feel like victims of life, okay, they can move out of this place to actually take charge of their life. Because once you understand the pathway, no matter where you are, you can help someone move forward, provided they want to do it, okay, into the next stage of their life. It's very empowering. So you show them where they are on their spiritual map of life. Like the spiritual map of life could be going like this. Soul contract. You say, well, you're here, and here's what you need to do to overcome this challenge here, this karmic pattern that's running. And you can move to here. All right. You can align people to their soul life purpose, because most people are going off that way, because they're avoiding working with their karma, which is where the gift of service resides. I mean, my gift of service to overcome came because I overcame a lot of unworthiness to express and be seen, so I could become a teacher. That was a 3, and I overcome massive disempowerment as a child with a 9 to come into my power to empower others. So then I could align to my purpose, which is helping people awaken. And this work touches the inner being of people immediately and profoundly, creates this trusting connection, enables your clients or students to go much deeper in their work with you. It can open you to a deeper level of yourself, a connection to others, and compassion for humanity. It took me many years to get compassion for others because I was so traumatized from childhood. But now I've healed enough of my disempowered trauma, I can feel that now at last, which I thought was a miracle. A real miracle I can actually do that. That's what this work has done for me. Yeah, and here, Get to the right. Yeah. So you're preparing and giving readings in the group in the last 2 days. And our aim is you can deliver readings soon after the workshop with a bit of practice and study. But most people are, as long as they practice for the first month or two, they're out there, it's up and running. We support you with a support program for 6 months. Every 5 or 6 weeks, we have a call with one of the teachers. So you go out, because being in a fifth dimensional love bubble of the training, where you're held and loved and supported, you go into the real world, which is a lot denser and very unpredictable. You go and try the stuff on. Some things work, some things don't, in the way you're approaching. So in terms of preparing readings and delivering them and getting your business going, or integrating it into an existing alternative therapy business. Then we help you. We're giving you feedback every 5 or 6 weeks because you have a ton of questions. And then you go out and try it, that and you find it works. And then by the end of 6 months, most people are pretty much up and running, delivering it to the world. Okay, but you've got to be focused on it. Okay, because there's no point training if you're not going to actually help people. But it could just be curiosity in your case, Graham, but whatever. So any questions, Graham? Any further questions, Graham or Nina?
No, I'm really curious so just could you just repeat the kind of the birth date? So because most numerology systems do focus on the birth date, right? They're being that very specific, and I'm just curious as to how, you know.
So the focus here is purely, the main focus here is primarily 99% of it is the sound of the name, because sound is creative. So that sound is actually sitting in the form of those Hebrew frequencies in you, in a form of a substance called karmic matrix, which is like a grey cobweb energy at the 4th, 5th, 6th dimensional level of you. And it's literally radiating out to the matrix and creating a reality. So what we're doing here is we're describing what is actually creating a reality. Okay, so it's a completely different focus. And the only reason we need the birth name is we need to know your age and star sign. Okay, because the age, because we work in 7-year cycles, like you're in your 7th cycle, that's all I needed to know. You're in the 7th cycle, which is telling me you're seriously wanting to get on with the mission now. You've been here long enough and you want to get on with it. Okay.
Yeah.
And that push will get stronger and stronger. That's all I need it for. And the 12 star signs appear in the interpretations. Okay, because this is the frequencies of God expanding out into the universe. And so astrology is part of that. Okay. And so elements of the positive and negative components, depending on where your astrological sign is and the numbers, would give us more information, but it's not critical. So the birth date is not so critical. It's maybe 5% of it in this case.
Wow.
Okay. Because we're getting back to the core essence of what creates us, which is sound. And the sound is in you, and we describe it, and it's in your name. And so we're showing you how that propagates out into a life. Okay.
And there are a few, well, in fact, Chilean numerology is one of the systems where it offers a kind of a name change. There's quite a lot of people go to neurologists to change their name. Does that?
Yeah, we do. We do that as well. It's called name optimization.
Okay.
So we look at what's in the birth certificate name,
Right.
what is in the name, the overlay name, say Graham Black in this case,
Right.
and what is the learning that Graham has to go through, and so therefore we come up with a new layer of icing, okay, based upon working with you, because the optimal name is already in the soul. It usually has 2 or 3, which in your case will ground you and focus you on the mission. Okay, and the specific frequencies which infuse from right to left, from the layer of icing into the birth name especially, which will help accelerate the movement through all the karmic lessons, help you transmute karma, bring your talents online, achieve your goals, manifest your soul destiny. Okay, so it can be very custom built so that you get the life you want. I mean, I optimize my name to maximize attraction of the right people who want to do this work in a grounded way. So when I changed my name in 2006, my life radically changed. It's 20 years now. I went from being a struggling alternative therapist to having a global teaching business over that period. and it was from that name.
So you're saying that the soul has got like 2 or 3 names already in.
It usually has 2 or 3, and it's a choice. It's a conscious free will choice on the part of you as grey and black, the personality, which one you resonate with most.
Right.
When the soul will literally, it just sort of bursts energetically. It's a flash of light comes off it when the right name comes up, and you'll feel it in your body. Okay, you'll just know when it comes up, and that name will completely reprogram your life for the better, and you'll get aligned to the true mission with the optimal name.
How easy is that, or how to do that? Is that is
Well,
it
well, well, the process requires a proper reading,
right?
okay, of your name,
Uh-huh.
and then the process itself can take from 4 to 6 hours on average, because you've got to tune in to the high consciousness. You say, God, give me an optimal name, and then you meditate, and the names will start to channel through you, especially you got all those files, you're reading psychic.
Mhm.
Names will come to you. Write them all down, and then we look at those names, and then you say, well, you tell us how you feel about it. I like this, that, and the other, and then you write down all the goals you want to achieve consciously in life, which will be in your contract anyway.
Mhm.
And it will get clearer from having what's called an overlay reading, and
Mhm.
then from there, we look at what numbers you need to achieve those goals.
Right.
Okay, and then we assess the different names. We use the software there you saw. Sometimes we analyze hundreds of names, but
Right.
out of that, 3 or 4 good ones will come, and then our practitioner will talk to you about what those are. Then a couple of them will really resonate with you, and they'll probably be the ones to choose from.
And is that do we look at that as part of the training as well? Is that, or
Um,
is that just
and
more of a reading that I need?
well, there's 2 ways to do it. You can have a reading, an
Right.
overlay reading, and then you can have a name optimization session. But the more cost-effective way is to actually learn to do it yourself, because that
Yeah.
way you get the training as well. So the cost of name optimization is usually more than coming on level 2. Level 1 teaches you how to do a basic birth chart reading, a very good one.
Yeah.
Level 2, that then teaches you how to optimize others' names and your own name. So most people want to be practitioners. They do level 2 and optimize your name. So it's 2 for the price of 1, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what the guys do, because they want to use it to earn a living and make a difference here.
Oh, that's what I feel like. I heard this when I was doing the cheerleading and numerology training. I heard about the name changing, and it seemed to stir something inside me, but I
Yeah,
never quite landed. But this,
yeah,
what you're talking about is landing with me. Again, the word that comes to me is truth. That's
yeah.
the word.
You basically need lots of grounding for those fives, which is eights in our system, so that you can ground the pioneering vision you have, so people can relate to it. So
Yes.
it moves from just being a vision that you're excited about to actually a vision which is grounded, manifesting and making a difference in the reality, which is another completely different thing altogether.
Yeah.
Okay,
It feels like there's a lot of things up here, and it needs to kind of come
needs to
down.
come down here, because I've got fives. We fives can stay excited about something for 30 years and do nothing about it. We're excited
Yeah.
by a vision.
That's
But we
a
say, let's turn it to grounded reality. Then you're going to get really excited because it's actually happening.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
So, so if you're interested in this, okay, the next training is Asia Pacific training, runs 5th, the 7th, the 9th, the 10th of June, 2026. So that's next week. Okay. And these 3 days are spent doing the transmission of the 22 numbers. If we have a break to have a rest from the transmission, these 2 days are then spent teaching you how to practice. You practice giving and receiving readings. Okay. So this is for Europe, Eastward, Middle East, Asia Pacific, Australia, New Zealand. Okay, because normally our class starts at 12:30 p.m. UK time, because the Western Hemisphere training is designed for North America. So we start at 6 a.m. UK, go to 2 p.m. European time, 7 a.m. start. Middle East, 9 a.m. Gulf Standard Time. India, 10:30 a.m. Malaysia, Hong Kong, 1 o'clock. Japan, 2 o'clock. Australia, 3 to 11 p.m. there on the East Coast. If you're listening to this and you're in America, this starts at 1 a.m. Eastern, 12 a.m. Central, previous day 11 p.m. Mountain, and 10 p.m. Pacific. Okay, that's the main training we run is the Western Hemisphere one. But there are enough people in Asia Pacific who want to learn it, so that's why we produce this training. The total cost of the training is £718. I think the cost is US dollars is higher now. Exchange rate was changing on us. It's about 900. That's about £718 is about 970 US dollars. The deposit is £277, which is about 375 US dollars. We do have payment plans on PayPal and Stripe if you guys need help with that. And to find out more and register, go to soulcontractreadingtraining.com. Okay. So, and if you're in North America, okay, we have the second Western Hemisphere training. We have one in spring, we did one in March, and we do one in autumn. This is the autumn one. And that runs 7th to 9th, 11th to 12th of October, 2026. So this is a luxurious 12:30 p.m. start if you were to come on that one, Graham. Okay, to 8:30 p.m. And we time it for America really. So Pacific is 4:30 a.m. That's the best we can do. I can't teach later than that. Okay. Mountain is 5:30 a.m. Central is 6:30 a.m. And Eastern is a reasonably civilized breakfast time, 7:30 a.m. Same pricing. And in Europe, it's 1:30 a.m. start. Okay. So that's the other training that runs this year. Okay. Any further questions on that?
Yeah, is that level 1, David?
This is the level 1 training where you learn how to do a good birth chart reading.
Right. Okay.
This one. Both of these are the same training, just at different times.
Right. Okay. That's cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So thanks everyone who participated. Thanks. Yeah. We'll leave it at that unless you've got anything else you want to ask, Graham. Yeah, hope that helped. And if anyone has any questions, just email me on the email address which you've got now, and we'll have the video up in the next day or two. It'll be early next week, probably, the rate we're going. So, okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Graham. Go forth and ground your vision.
Thanks very much.
See you. Bye.